All right, welcome back. Today we are creating a pie chart with CSS and the background. So the way we're going to do this is use a background property, and we're going to use something called a conic gradient, which actually sets the background obviously to conic, which means some sort of circle, I guess. And then we're going to set the percentages of this to create a pie chart with CSS. So that's pretty cool. So you can do this totally with CSS. And let's start. I guess we'll create a class called Pie Chart. I have not tested this yet, so hopefully it works. But I have tested conic gradient and it does seem to work pretty well. So pie chart, we're going to have to be width, I don't know, what are we going to do? 400 pixels by height 400 pixels, maybe? If I can spell. GHT, oh, I can't spell. I think when I first started CSS, I was spelling height the wrong way the whole time. I was wondering why my heights didn't work. All right, so pie chart with width and height, and then we'll just add the div pie chart. All right, div. Oh man, I can't type today. Div class pie chart. And I don't think we need a background on this at all because we just want it to be transparent. But we do want to set the border radius on this to 50 or 100%. I think both work. If we go border radius, this will give us, otherwise we'll have a conic gradient that is square, which we'll try later. If you wanted a square pie chart, which kind of, I don't know what that would be. Border radius 50. I think someone commented that I could do border radius 50 or 100, but both seem to work. Height 0. I don't know how that's going to work. All right, now let's do our background. And then we will just set the background to conic gradient. C-O-N-I-C. Ooh, it doesn't come up. This must be a new property. Maybe it's not going to work, and this video will have to be binned. And then we'll just close that off. And then I think all you do is just put in your colors there. So if we want a red, and then we want that one to be 10%. Let's see if that works. Does that do anything? No. Oh, this could be a fail. Probably should test this before I start, shouldn't I? I better check what it supports with, actually. What supports conic gradient? Or works with, I think, isn't it? Works with conic gradient CSS. Conic gradient, but not go there. Oh, this is a very new property, I think. Oh, yeah, it says supported here. It's supported on all major browsers, so let's see. Background conic gradient. Oh, that's why. I just put the thing wrong. We just do this. And then it should have a 10%. Whoa. That's definitely red. Let's change that to something different. Now it doesn't hurt my eyeballs as much. And then as we add different parts of this, obviously 10% is actually covering the whole thing. So I guess you have to go all the way up to 100%. Oh, I get rid of the second ones of these. And now we're going to pick different colors for all of them. Is that working? Yeah, there we go. Whoa. So that's kind of gradienting in there. But I think if you fill it all the way up, then it gets rid of the gradient. So let's just fill these up. We'll do a 30, so 30, 40, 50, 60. And why does that always disappear when I do that? Do kind of a burnt orange. Oh, that's not working because of this. Man, those commas really get you. There we go. That's a bit weird, isn't it? I wonder how you give it hard edges. So this one's got a hard edge and this has got non-hard edge. Border radius 50. Maybe that has something to do with it. I'm not sure. I think that we need to set the edge of these. So we need to actually go, because this has a hard edge and that one doesn't. So we need to set this extra property to 0 and this to 0, which then causes it not to blur, hopefully. Yeah, there we go. So now we're getting our pie chart working. So we've got this taking up a lot more than 30%. So if you don't have the thing taken up the whole area, then it doesn't work, I don't think. So we'll go orange, bit of purple. So we got 30, 60, 70, 80, 90, and then we just need one more 10%. We'll do this one as 10. And then what color else have we got? Yellow, red, pink. All right, how does that look? Yeah, look at that. That's a pretty cool chart, actually. Except this is taking a lot more than 10%. So that's 10, 20, 30, 30, and 10. I think the last one you need to just set as 0 so that it fills up the rest of the space. So it's kind of working, but I'm not sure about that. The purple's not showing up for some reason. Maybe it's limited to something. On my test doc, I have height of 0 for some reason, but I'm not sure why you'd have a height of 0 if that's going to work. That'll just disappear. That's a bit weird. You definitely have to have 400. So it works except for this final purple one. I wonder if it makes a difference if you change these. 40, 10. Yeah, I can't get that. Oh, there we go. We got the purple now, but that gets rid of this one. So it's got 10%, 30, 40, and then another 40, and then this pink one's just taken up the whole thing. Weird. Oh well, it's almost a perfect pie chart, except some of the bits don't work. Wait, we have got the purple and the pink, so that's right. So this is apparently 40%, and then this just takes up the rest of the space. But then this one disappears for some reason. I am not sure about that. So this one at 10. Oh, and then this one just takes up the whole lot. That's really weird. I don't know about that. Is it bugged, or am I just doing something wrong? There we go. That's better. Maybe if you set them to higher values. So then this one we've got 60. Would that be 60%? Maybe. 60, 30, 20. I think 10 and 20 look pretty much the same. 20. Yeah, so maybe it's not a very accurate one. 10. Maybe go 5. Or do I need the 0 here as well? 0 and 5? Yeah, that's probably about 5. And then that's 20. This is supposed to be 30, but it's smaller than this one for some reason. And then this is probably 60, and who knows what that is. Yeah, okay. So maybe we can't use this as a pie chart. Well, we can, but it's just not very accurate. What are you doing, Conic gradient? I must be doing something wrong. Anyway, that is Conic gradient and a pie chart that almost works in CSS. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.